Hi guys, welcome to ThomTech tutorial. In today's session, we are going to see what is real-time ingestion in Microsoft Fabric. So basically, by name itself, we can make out it's real-time ingestion or real-time streaming of data from different sources and putting that into a analytics ecosystem so that further analysis can be made on a real-time basis. So basically, it can be used for low latency insights such as monitoring IoT devices, telemetry data, fraud detections, real-time reportings. So we have some key components in Microsoft Fabrics for real-time ingestion. So first one is event streams. So event stream is like a fully managed data ingestion service. So basically it's a data ingestion service which can stream data from different devices like Azure Event Hubs, Kafka, IoT hubs on a real-time basis. Then we have KQL databases, which is real-time analytics. So it is also called as like event house, and it stores the data that is streamed from these telemetry sources, IoT devices, and it can be put into the KQL database, which is also called event house, or we can put that in lake house as well. Then we have data flows and pipelines that can also be used for transforming the streaming data before landing it into a warehouse or a lakehouse. Then we have lakehouse and delta tables, supports real-time data ingestion into delta tables for downstream processing. So again, these are some of the components that ideally fits in the real-time ingestion scenario within Microsoft Fabrics. So let's move to the next one. Yeah, so these are some of the use cases that we have already discussed, but yeah, it is used in IoT telemetry monitoring, real-time financial transactions, fraud detections, clickstream analytics for web applications. Then we have operational monitoring and alertings. So these are some of the areas where real-time ingestions could be used. Yeah, so that's it. Now let's move to the fourth one. Sorry. So now let's move to the fourth one, which is I've just highlighted this one a bit. So it's a sample implementation. So what we are going to do is we are just going to see a small demo of like how we can use Microsoft Fabric as well as some components from an Azure subscription, which is going to be like Azure Event Hubs from Azure subscription, Azure namespace from Azure subscription, then some Python code by connecting it to my Azure Event Hub by SaaS connections. And then we will have EventStream from Microsoft Fabrics and Lakehouse from Microsoft Fabrics. So basically in this, we are planning to like push the data from the Azure Event Hub using event streams into the Lakehouse. We could have moved that into the event house as well, but yeah, in this demo, we are going to push that into the Lakehouse and let's see. So with that, let's go into the practical demonstration and see how it works. We have quite a lot of steps to do. So let's go into Azure account. So this is my Azure account. And now let me just go into Azure Event Hub. Let me search for Azure Event Hub. Now let me search with Event Hub. Yeah. So let me just click on Event Hubs. So it will take me to this directory. Click on. So before creating any Event Hubs, we need to create a namespace, that is event namespace. Let me click on that. Go here, use my resource group that I have. So I'm using the same resource group because I want to bundle all the resources that I'm using into a single resource group, and I can just see what is the cost of my subscriptions and all based on the tags connected to the resource groups. Okay, so namespace, let me just choose a namespace. Event Hub namespace, let me try this one. Location is East US. Then pricing tier, I'm going to use the basic one. Let me choose this one. And then yeah, that's it. Then let me just click on next. Advanced, I don't want to make any changes to this. networking tags. If I want to add some tags, I can put this values. Okay, then we have create, review and create. It's validating the options that we have selected, and let me now click on create. So by default the availability zone is enabled for this namespace. Okay, so once this is created, it will get created in like 10 to 15 seconds most likely. Okay, so now I think it's almost created. Yeah, let me go back, go to the event namespace. This is my event namespace. Yeah, so it's still getting created, that is fine. Okay, now what I will do, I will give like few more seconds, and then I will get, when I open this namespace, I will get this event hub options. Click on that, give a name like event hub demo partitions. So partitions, I'm not choosing anything, I'm making it as like one. Retention is one because it's just like a demo, that's why I don't want to keep data for longer time. It's one. Let me just go to next. So this is capture. So this basic tier, it is not available. So capture means like if you want to push the data along with real-time ingestion into a lake house or somewhere, or in a blob storage, sorry, in a blob storage or storage account within Azure subscriptions, you can do that. Click on create and review and create, then click on create. Okay, then automatically the event house will be created. Okay, so now let me go to the events. Sorry, not here. Let's go here, go to the overview, and you will scroll down. You will see all my event hubs will be shown up here. So I'm going to pick up one of the event hubs that I have created. Anyhow, it's one only. Let me just click on that, go here, and you will see different options here. You can see the resource group and other names associated with it, status, the namespace associated with it, partition count. Click on shared access policies under settings. Click on this, go here. So sorry. So basically I need two policies. One is send and one is listen. Okay. So basically first I am going to click send. Let me just create a send policy. I will show you why we are using it and what's the purpose of this later. Send policy. Let me create this send policy. Close this. Next is going to be listen policy. Listen policy. Click on create. Yeah, so two policies are created now. Now what I will do, so these policies will help me to like read data or send data into this event hub, and then read data from this event hub. Okay, so for that purpose I'm using this. So now let me just go to the Python code which will act as our real-time data ingestion, which will be pushed into this event hub. Okay, so let's go to our Python code. Yeah, so this is my Python code. Let me go here. So this is a sample Python code that you can leverage. It's like a temperature data that I'm generating, kind of like fake data that I'm generating based on a function that I have created. It is going to make use of some values between the range that we have given and produce the outputs based on what value we have provided. So that's it. Like three of the fields are like decimal or numeric, and one of the field is like alphanumeric, which is the weather ID. Okay, so if you want to do any analysis based on this weather ID, we can do that, and then ultimately we are returning this value. So that's it. And we are trying to produce this data, create this as a dump weather data, and then event data batch dot add event data message. Okay, so these are like some of the functions that you can leverage, which will transform your data into the JSON format and then send the batch of events to your event hub. Okay, producer dot send batch. So this will get the data from the previous step and push that into your event hub, and every 10 seconds I want to use, so after every 10 seconds it is going to send the data to the event hub. So this is what overall gist of the code that it is doing. Okay, so that's it. So let me first do one thing. Yeah. So basically I need an endpoint. So let me just go to, yeah, go here. So see, so send one is basically I want to send, or my Python code or stimulator want to send the data into the Azure Event Hub. Okay, so I will just go and I will grab my send policy, go and get the primary connection. Let me just grab the primary connection, go here and paste it here, go back here, go and copy the Event Hub name, paste it here, that's it, and save it. And now let's try to push the data into our Event Hub and let's see what happens. Let's go here, try to run it and let's see. And also while it executes, there are some like libraries that I have used. You can use like pip Python pip command in order to like install those libraries like Azure dot event hub you would be requiring in order to use these methods. Okay, so that's it pretty much. Now see, you can see like the data has been started sending from our stimulation, and it is like going into the event hub. So in event hub, it we need to give like a few minutes, maybe 5 or 10 minutes, so that it can show up. But in the meantime, what we can do, we can go to the fabrics account. Let's go into the fabric account. Okay, and try to uh, generate some interface that we need. Let me just go down and create event streams. So let me just check for event house is this. I'm looking for event stream, one of the components. Yeah, this one. So you can see capture, transform, and route real-time event stream to various destinations in desired format with no code experience. So this is the one which we can select. Okay. Okay. So let me just give event stream. Okay. So I have selected event stream. So my event stream workload is selected and it will open up in an interface that allows you to connect to different data stores or sample data. Okay, so now we have three options. You can choose use external source sample data or use custom endpoints. Okay, let me select a use external source, click on that, it will pop up and it will ask it will authenticate again. Okay, so let me just try to authenticate it. Okay, so let me just continue. So let's connect to the Azure event hubs. Okay, and here you will see that the source is Azure event hubs and destination is Azure stream event stream. Okay, so let me click here. I have a test connection, but I will not consider this. Let me create a new one. Okay, so now it is asking for the event namespace that we can get from Azure subscription. Click on this, go back, paste it here, go and copy the event hub, paste it here, click on this, and I will give the connection name. Go here, name, or you can give anything. So just given it for the practice or demo. This is the shared access key name. So I need to find out the shared access key name. So it is going to be listen policy this time because we are listening to the events, right? So let's click on this. It's event policy. Go here, shared access signature. So shared access signature is going to be the key. Let me copy this and paste it here. Scroll down and do a connect. Invalid credentials. Shared access signature. This is the event hub. Ideally, this should have been connected. I'm not sure why this is not connected. Go here and let's cancel it and let's try it again. Go here, click on next. Let's see. Click on add. So I've added this, and now let me go here. Click on edit and try to click on this one. Refresh it. No, looks like, yeah. So let me just give some name. Let's see. It should have given us success there, but yeah, let's check that. No, I think it's not able to read this connection. Let me create a new one and see. Maybe some issue with the connection string. Event namespace is this. Go here, and meantime let me just go and go to the Python code and stop this events, otherwise it will incur more cost on my Azure side. And now let me get the event hub name. Oh, I got it. What was the issue? Okay, so let me just paste it here. You see there was a space, right? Let me remove this space and now give it a connection shared access signature name, the key name and the key. Okay, let me copy it and paste it here. Scroll down and try to connect it. Let's see. Now this time it should work. Okay, all right, so this is connected. Now once it is connected and shown here under cloud connection, then let's click on this, refresh it. I'm just trying to refresh the connection. Ideally I should get the connections, yeah, not this one. So I think this is the one that I need to select. I don't know why it's not showing up here. Consumer group, so this was a default consumer group, it should have shown here. Not sure why it is not coming, but yeah, that is fine. Let's try to create something, test, and try to click on save. Okay, let's click here and try to refresh the records and see whether it's able to establish or handshake the records or handshake to the Azure Event Hub's events. Have not read the data yet. Go here, connection, snowflake, not this one. Yeah, I think this is the one. So connection. Let me just refresh it. Looks like it's loading data. Let's see. Last 6 hours. Let's go here. Cancel. Let me click here. Okay, now you can see it is showing up the records from this. Okay, so basically what has happened, I have not selected the correct consumer group. So now I've selected default consumer group in which the data is coming. And once I've selected that, I'm able to refresh the data. So you can see this is the real-time data that is flowing from the Python code that we have written, which is making use of different libraries to connect to Azure Event Hub and generate the sample records. So I'm able to connect to that. And ultimately now, let me do some transformations. Let me use aggregate. Let's see how it works. Go here, click on this type of aggregate. Let me pick the max value. Go here on the temperature. This is the max value on the temperature. Okay, so that's what I'm going to add here, and aggregate values within the last 5 seconds. That is fine. Partition by, I'm leaving the partition by for now. Let me add it. Okay, so that's what is created. And then let's check what is this one. So this is the next one that we want to add. Let me just try to do a minimum on the field humidity. Go here and add it. Okay, so two aggregations we have added. Let me just save this, and that is fine. So let me just go ahead. So I have two different options. I can use lakehouse to stamp the records or write back the records into the lakehouse, or I can use the event house. So this event house is basically your KQL database, which you can use to query the data using the KQL language. So let me click on lakehouse, click on this destination name, enter the destination name. So the destination name is going to be my events. Okay, and the workspace is going to be the dev workspace. Lakehouse is going to be this lakehouse that I have created within my workspace. Go here, and delta table is something that will show up, or we can create the delta table. we have the option of delta table. So it is reading something. I'm not sure what it is reading, but yeah, let's give it like a few seconds to see like what it is doing. Okay, sorry, I didn't click here. It was just getting selected the lake house. Okay, so that's what was showing up. So I have the customer table. I don't want to use customer. Let me click here and do events, events temperature, events. Let me just put events to be simple. Click on this JSON format. It is going to copy the default input format of the data. Let me click save. Let me try to publish it. Let's see what happens. Committing topology in progress. It is done. Perfect. Okay, let's click here, and ultimately your data will be fed from the source to destination. Okay, so in the meantime, let me just click on the workspace. Click here. Let me go here to the workspace. This is my workspace. Not sure why it is filtered out. Okay, remove this. Okay, so this is my workspace. Let me just open the lakehouse that I have created. Under lakehouse, let's see what all objects we have. So this is the lakehouse workspace that we have. Okay, so I think the table is not yet created. So let's go back, refresh this. Refresh this. Okay, all right. So now you can see I have created this aggregate and events are getting loaded, okay, on the real time. So let's go to the lake house. Let me click on the lake house and go and refresh the tables here. And you will see that my table is automatically created. So basically this table is not created immediately, but as soon as it reads the data from the events that is generated in the Azure Event Hub and event hubs and streamed into the into the event stream, then automatically you will see that after 5 or 10 minutes it will dump the data into the destination. It could be like KQL database, that is event house, or it could be like lake house. So now you can see automatically the table is created, and two of the fields that we have added, that is max temperature and min temperature, that is just for calculation, is being added to the main file. Okay, so the table is created, and if you want to do further processing we can do that. So guys, that's it. So the whole point of this exercise was just to show you like how you can stimulate the data from a real-time system, and your Azure Stream Analytics or your Azure Event Hub can like read those events like a telemetry data, and then we can stream the data out of like Azure Event Hubs and transform it based on a transformation logic that we have, because we have already seen that in the stream you have the option to transform the data, and we have different functions available. So you can see it's aggregate that we are using here. If you can edit, we can like explore a lot of other options here. So guys, that's it about this demo. So this was mainly to show you how you can make use of Azure Event Hubs namespaces from the Azure subscriptions and utilize your MS Fabric by leveraging the real-time workload or service provided by the Fabric, that is EventStream and lake houses. Okay, and how you can do the transformations on top of the data that is flowing from the real-time systems. So guys, that's it for this demo, and see you in the next demo, and let me know if you guys have any questions.